Finish him!
It should be easy for the White House to coordinate the Department of Homeland Security, State Department, and various other agencies of government. But when it comes down to more difficult issues, you would expect even more difficulty in coordination. So could you address this issue of who are your allies within the administration?
Yeah, and the bureaucracy was a well-oiled machine when I left. What happened?
That's true. Yeah, I could blame it all on
perfectly.
I could blame it all on Ken.
Oh, do tell. What happened to that well-oiled machine, you psychopathic treasonous scumbags? As hilarious as it may be watching you pass blame, I would like to inform you that your entire institution is incompetent. I have mapped you out, documented your crimes, and your punishments on the horizon. So squirm some more for me. I live for it.
Look, as has been noted, the role that I play, that Ken formerly played, is to coordinate the policy development, the policy implementation, and to make sure that what has been laid out is getting implemented. We do it every day. I've got a host of allies around the Situation Room table.
Hillary Clinton has described already the meeting in the White House over 2 years ago. Everyone in the national security team recommended arming ISIS, and the president.
So with the additional steps I ordered last month, we're speeding up training of ISIL forces, including volunteers from Sunni tribes in Anbar province. More Sunni volunteers are coming forward. Some are already being trained, and they can be a new force.
I'm the leading state sponsor of terrorism.
And I can tell you that the president and those of us on his national security team are focused every day.
A report revealing 68,000 illegal immigrants convicted of a crime were released in the United States instead of being deported.
Amnesty is the immigration system we have today.
Well, you have to admit, this is disturbing. The Obama administration admitting to giving a known gang member amnesty to stay right here in the United States. And then a year and a half later, that same known gang member arrested for murder of America's top model contestant. So why was the known gang member given amnesty to be here in the first place?
The town overwhelmed by a surge in illegal border crossings.
How did we get to where we are today?
Every 72 hours, Department of Homeland Security buses bringing another 120 illegal immigrants, many of them quickly released into the community.
You are not following the law. You are breaking the law.
And I remain loyal to you, Mr. President.
My next guest, a former Secret Service agent, well, he's seen it all, is now sounding the alarm and saying that what goes on behind closed doors at this White House is actually much worse than any of us can imagine. Here to explain is the man himself, author of the brand new book, Life Inside the Bubble, Why a Top-Ranked Secret Service Agent Walked Away from It All. Dan Bongino, how are you, sir?
Doing great.
Good to see you.
Sean.
And you know what? I wear the Secret Service pin every night. It's the most highly coveted pin there is. Everyone wants one. How long are you Secret Service agent? 12 years, right?
12 years, that's right.
So you served 3 presidents, Clinton, Bush, and Obama.
And Obama, that's right.
Why do you say this White House is worse than people know? That's scary. That's ominous.
Yeah, and again, I don't mean to frighten people, but I do have to sound an alarm. It's become a system. This White House has taken patronage and, more importantly, punishment to the next level. Let's be honest, there's always been patronage, although with their Cylindra scandals, I think they've taken that to the next level. The dangerous part, and what I want to sound the alarm on, is the punishment system. You know, Sean, government is a weapon.
And if you look at what the Department of Homeland Security has been purchasing over the last year, it comes out to like 1.6 billion rounds of ammunition.
That's enough bullets to supply the equivalent of the Iraq War for 24 years. This is our government buying up bullets to use against us.
More than 7,000 fully automatic assault weapons, 2,700 MRAP-type vehicles, and now drones. Those are instruments of war. Department of Homeland Security's, who are they going to fight a war against?
Dr. Brzezinski, I want to start. You're a member of an exclusive club of national security advisors to presidents.
And somebody who I've learned an immense amount from, and for him to support me in this campaign and then be willing to come out here to Iowa is a testimony to his generosity. So if everybody could please give Dr. Brzezinski, another round of applause.
And these new and old major powers face still yet another novel reality, in some respects unprecedented. And it is that while the lethality of their power is greater than ever, their capacity to impose control over the politically awakened masses of the world is at a historical low. I once put it rather pungently, and I was flattered that the British Foreign Secretary repeated this, as follows. Namely, in earlier times, it was easier to control 1 million people, literally. It was easier to control 1 million people than physically to kill 1 million people. Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people. It is easier to kill than to control. And of course, that bears directly on the use of force.
And if you look at what the Department of Homeland Security has been purchasing over the last year, it comes out to like 1.6 billion rounds of ammunition.
That's enough bullets to supply the equivalent of the Iraq War for 24 years. This is our government buying up bullets to use against us.
More than 7,000 fully automatic assault weapons, 2,700 MRAP type vehicles, and now drones.
Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people.
Department of Homeland Security's, who are they going to fight a war against?
This is our government buying up bullets to use against us.